in earlier discussions, earlier presentations, for example, at Java 1, when we talked about the consumer JRE, we informed the public that we were working on more robustness improvements for the Java plugin right now. I mean, I'm sure that we're familiar with what the Java plugin does. It provides applet support to the web browser, Internet Explorers, Mozilla Firefoxes, etc. Now, in parallel to the robustness work on the Java plugin, we've actually been working on a ground-up rewrite of the plugin. And today is the first day that we're happy to announce that actually we have been working on this and that it's going to become publicly available. So what it is basically a ground-up rewrite of the support for applets in the web browser. It's a brand new architecture, and we believe that this is important for both consumers and enterprises because, I mean, this will change how your poker game in your web browser is run, as well as your enterprise corporate app that does things like bug tracking maybe in the web browser, or things like your organizational tool and browsing around your organization. So a few of the features of the new Java plugin are, number one, improved scripting support, which hopefully is a topic familiar to most of the people here. For a long time, it's been possible to integrate Java and JavaScript so that you can call from your web page into a running applet, or you can call out from your applet and modify the surrounding web page, for example. Okay? And what we can categorically say here is that we have a vast improvement over the previous implementation. It's all the functionality is working on all web browsers for the first time ever, and it's much more reliable than it has been in the past. In general, reliability is improved with the new architecture, sort of by design. Some exciting stuff that we can do now is support much more powerful applets than in the past. For example, if you're trying to deploy NASA's Whirlwind Java Earth Viewer into your web browser, you might want to have a bigger Java heap than the default 64 megabytes. And the new Java plugin actually supports that on an applet-by-applet basis, where before you had to go through real contortions in order to enable that. We're pleased to tell you that we have better Windows Vista support. Some enterprise customers have registered complaints that signed applets don't work correctly in protected mode Internet Explorer. We believe that we can claim victory to this technical problem now, finally. We are waiting actually for the first corporate customer validation of this, so maybe we can't quite claim complete victory yet, but we have done internal testing that indicates that yes, this problem is now finally solved. There are also some features that enterprises have been clamoring for quite a long time, such as the ability to run a single applet in a particular JRE version, because enterprises don't have the time to retest their apps on every release of Java that Sun necessarily ships, so they want to target one and say, that's the one that we want to focus on. And now you can actually do that. You can make your particular applet run on that version while not changing the behavior of any other applet that would run in that browser session. So what about availability? Why are we mentioning this to you today? What we're telling you is that this will be shipping in the forthcoming 6 update and beta. Initially, we're planning to turn it off by default to avoid breaking critical applications. Currently, the plan is to turn it on by a switch to the Java control panel, which I'm sure everybody's pretty familiar with. And we are doing our level best to try to actually make this new implementation a default if the testing and compatibility will be good. We can say that the support will be in Internet Explorer 6 and 7. Currently, the new plugin works only in Firefox 3 alpha builds. We can say that the new plugin does work on all of Sun's supported platforms, Solaris, Linux, and Windows. And we have engaged with Mozilla.org. In fact, they've been incredibly helpful in enabling the new plugin to work correctly in Firefox. And we are hoping, and some planning, they will bring back the changes from the Firefox 3 tree, which aren't that extensive, to enable the new plugin to work in a Firefox 2 update later this year. So everybody out there that's running Firefox 2, they'll just get an update and bam, the new plugin will work. And that's pretty much where we stand.